What's your main weight loss challenge? Is it yo-yo dieting, emotional eating, overeating on carbs? Well, did you know that if you were to switch metabolic pathways, you could change all of that and lose fat fast? Hello, I'm Deborah Rossouw, and this is video 3, Symptoms and Supplements, and it's from my series, Fat Loss Naturally. Video 3 covers the 2 metabolic pathways, and we're going to focus on one of them, the one that burns fat faster. Also going to share with you how you can get support for cravings, because that's often the biggest challenge that many people face, as well as covering some information on the symptoms and supplements as you go through the transition, moving from one metabolic pathway to another, and I'll share with you how you can get more. In fact, the more is going to be my gift to you if you wish to take me up on this offer. It's a gift of 12 free e-recipes in a booklet form, and I'll tell you more about that later. So let's talk a little bit about those 2 metabolic pathways. The first is the glucogenic pathway, and that is where your metabolism loves glucose. So it actually feeds your body, fuels your body with glucose from carbohydrates. The second, and this is the one we're going to focus our attention on, is the ketogenic metabolic pathway. And this is one that loves fat, not just any fat. It also includes the fat from your own body, so that you can burn that muffin top away naturally. All the information that I share on this video is based on my own research, as well as experimenting with my own body. So I have a real sense from first-hand experience of what it is this process entails and requires. So the ketones, what are those? The research shows that ketones are actually fragment molecules that are part of the natural process of burning fat from the body. And as one burns that fat, so too one's body starts to lose its own body fat. So what would be the benefits if you did make this switch? Well, the research shows very clearly you would lose fat faster than any other kind of diet. In addition, you get very much more energy, you have mental clarity, and you reduce your risk of disease. It reduces the risk of obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and Alzheimer's. But even more than that, you get your body back, and you can get back into those skinny jeans, because you'd be actually reducing that muffin top significantly. Now you might be wondering, what's the catch? Well, there isn't really a catch, but there is a transition period. You need to switch from one metabolic pathway to another, and for that to happen, your body needs to make an adjustment. And that adjustment is in producing far more enzymes that can burn fat. So it takes, this is what the research shows and my own experience as well, it takes up to 4 weeks to get your body to make the switch. Now I've found that it's much easier to do this with support, and that's why I've put together this video series. I give support in both the physical as well as the emotional aspects. So let me give you an example. The one challenge my clients and I myself have experienced is with cravings. Now cravings need support both physically as well as emotionally. So I'd like to give you 3 tips immediately. The very first one, because cravings are a body experience as well as an emotional experience, we're going to focus on the body. The 3 things that you can do immediately to reduce your cravings are these. Number 1, start stretching. Yes, those wonderful big body stretches where you actually feel your body. And as you do that for 3 to 5 minutes. As you do that, take in a deep breath. That's the second tip. As you breathe in deeply, you bring more oxygen into your body and you become more aware of what's going on. And the third tip is for you to actually hydrate your body with water, because often we confuse hunger with thirst. Our bodies normally are far more thirsty than they are hungry. So those are 3 tips you can use immediately as you transition. And there are many, many more that I share with my clients. Let me share one example of my client, and I'll call her Rita for obvious reasons, confidentiality. Rita came to me and was definitely a lover of junk food and a carbo sort of guru. She loved her carbs, and she only ate carbs. Well, through the process of working with her, we were able to switch her to becoming a veggie lover. She couldn't believe it. And now what I'm really proud of is to say that 2 years later, after she's been through coaching with me, she is still a veggie lover. In fact, she prefers her veggies above all other foods. And she's regained her body and is moving back into her skinny jeans. And you can too. So I promised to share about the scoop on supplements. Why supplements? Because as you go through the transition, your body needs a little extra support. Now, what I found out through my research is that most of the doctors recommend up to 12 different kinds of supplements. I want to share 3 with you immediately. The very first is vitamin D3. And what the doctors recommend is up to 1,000 IU daily. The second supplement is a multi-mineral, multivitamin formula. Now, for many of you who might be raw foodists, you might already be getting in lots of minerals with lots of those green juicy veggies and green smoothies and drinks. But they also recommend still make sure you take a good multivitamin, multi-mineral formula. And the third one, which is an interesting one, is magnesium, but not just any kind. It's magnesium citrate. And the doctors recommend between 300 to 400 milligrams daily. So the switching from one metabolic pathway to another sometimes requires a bit of support. And if you're a person who would like that support, then contact me. I'll tell you more in a little while how you can do that. But here's what I want you to know. I would love to gift you with 12 very easy, low-carb, guilt-free recipes that are in an ebook I've put together just for you. And all you need to do to get hold of that is to subscribe to my Deb zine. Go to ALIVE.vc. VC stands for very cool. ALIVE.vc. Go to the contacts page. Tell me that you would like my free ebook with the 12 recipes, as well as subscription to the e-zine, and I'll send those to you by email. So here's the thing that I want you also to remember. You can be well. Honor your body. Express your soul. Thank you.